Sparrow Wallet is a Bitcoin wallet that is available for your desktop. It supports Windows, Mac, and Linux, and it is my favorite wallet at the moment. Now, the website for it is sparrowwallet.com. It is a free and open source wallet, and it also spruiks some fantastic features, which you can have a look at on the website here. They also have fantastic documentation. So have a read through of the docs that are available. This is a fantastic way to get started. There's a quick start guide. There's also setting up a cold card, mixing with Whirlpool, spending privately, some best practices, frequently asked questions, and server performance notes. You'll also find some videos, if you need some, that have been contributed by various content producers in the space. So you've got things like BTC sessions, Bitcoin Q&A, hell, even I'm in there. So yeah, if you want to have a look at some of the videos that are available, feel free to watch some of these videos, as well as take a look at some of the guides that are available there as well. But this is an extensive place to get information. The other place that I wanted to allude you to is, because it is a free and open source software, it is also there is also a GitHub repository which you can find here. You can go through some of the issues and you can see the development as it happens here. Now, the other thing that I want to also allude you to is there is a Telegram channel where you can chat to other members of the community who use Sparrow Wallet. So you're more than welcome to jump in there. If you are using this Telegram, then I would recommend using the search functionality. Say, for example, you've got an issue or a problem, type some keywords into the search function and see if someone else has had a similar experience, and you may be able to find the answer to your question in there as well if you need some support. So the Telegram chat can be used as a great resource there as well. If you want to donate to the project, you can do so at the donate page. Because it is a free and open source software, it relies on donations. Now I'm going to download the wallet, verify it, and install it. So let's get going on that. So let's just go over to the downloads page. As you can see, it's available for Mac, Windows, or Linux. So whichever operating system you're on, it doesn't matter, but you can download it as accordingly. For me, I'm going to go with the Debian file there. Okay, so that download has completed. So I'm going to open up a terminal here. And the first thing that I need to do is actually verify the release. So to do that, I'm going to import Craig's public keys. So we'll just copy this and paste this into our terminal on the machine that we downloaded Sparrow Wallet. So that's now been imported in. So I've got his signature. I'm going to change directory into my downloads folder. So there it is there. And I'm going to also download the manifest.txt ASC file. So I'm going to download this one here. So I'm just going to open this and save that. And I'll also get the text file there as well. Okay, so I've got both of them. And the next thing that I need to do is copy this and put this into my terminal, and it should hopefully give me a good signature. So here we can see good signature from Craig Raw. Fantastic. Okay. Now, the other thing that you'll want to do is check the checksum. So we'll copy this and we'll paste that through like so. And you can see that it comes up with OK. So that's exactly what we're expecting. Now we can go about installing this. So to install it, sudo dpkgi and Sparrow. Type in my password. And Sparrow Wallet has now been installed. If I go to my applications, I should see Sparrow Wallet. So let's open that up. And it'll give you a brief introduction on what Sparrow is. So we can continue. Now, you've got three options. You can connect to a public server, and you can read about that here. You can connect to your own Bitcoin Core node, and you can also connect to a private Electrum server. So I'm going to be doing the private Electrum server. So let's hit Configure Server. And it should bring you to this screen here. Now, these tabs here, the public server, the Bitcoin Core, or the private Electrum. Now, for me, I'm going to be connecting through to my Fulcrum server. So the one that I just configured in the previous Fulcrum video is the IP for that for my node box is 192.168.55.30, and the port was 50002, and I'm going to be using SSL, and I'm going to test connection. And you can see here, connected to Fulcrum 1.6.0 on protocol version 1.4, batch RPC enabled, and welcome connected to a Fulcrum server. So that's fantastic. Now we are connected to our own Bitcoin node via our Fulcrum server. So from here, you can create a new wallet. Let's name it. So let's call it a hot wallet that I want to use. We can create a new wallet here. Now, you have a couple of options. You can connect your hardware wallet, for example, like your Trezor or your Ledger, where you physically need to plug in the device. You can do an air-gapped, so that one would be here, and you can scan that. You can also use an air-gapped hardware wallet. You might want to install any of these devices that you may have, like a cold card or a passport or a seed signer. They're all available there. So you can, import those things through. And the other option that you've got is a software wallet. Now, what I would recommend is using 12 words with a passphrase. So you can generate new and put in a passphrase, so super secure passphrase, and you can confirm this backup, and it will ask you, have you written down those 12 words? So yeah, you will need to then confirm that and create a new wallet. Okay, so I've taken a screenshot there just as a reference for me. Now I'm going to confirm the backup. Have you written these down? Obviously you will have written them down, not taken a screenshot like I have. And I'm just going to go through this whole, just confirming those. So cement, among, event, play, perfect, object, method, category, tick, and super secure passphrase as my passphrase. Okay, so we'll create a key store, and we will leave the defaults, and we will import key store, and then we'll need to re-enter our BIP39 passphrase. So that's super secure passphrase. Okay, so this is now applied all those settings, and it's given us an XPub as well as a QR code there if you wanted to scan it into somewhere, and you've also got a ZPub there as well. But I'm just going to hit apply here, and this is a password. So this is separate and distinct from the passphrase. Basically, this is a password to get into this wallet file. I'll show you what the wallet file looks like, but to unencrypt the wallet itself, because this is a hot wallet and the private key is sitting on an internet-connected machine, you may want to put in a fairly secure password. Now, I'm going to put in a password here. And I'm going to set that password. So now we have a hot wallet that we can use as just a wallet that we can receive into. So here is the receive address, the first receive address. You've got all of your addresses here, so that's handy to have. You've got change addresses here. You've got your transaction history, you've got the send screen, and you've got your UTXOs here. Okay. Now, and also in the settings is that screen that's got the single signature BIP39 wallet that you can view the seed of, and yeah, you need to put your password in to unlock that. Now, the other thing that you want to sort of understand is that wallet file, the hot wallet. If you open wallet in your .sparrow directory or in a Sparrow directory, there's also a wallet folder, and in that is this mv.db. If someone was to get this mv.db file, what will happen is they will need the password to be able to access it, okay? And the password, because this is a hot wallet and it has the private key in there, you probably want to have that as a secure password. That is separate and distinct from the passphrase, which is a bit, which is actually embedded into the cryptography of your wallet. So you will need, in the event that you lose this mv.db file for whatever reason, you will need to import your 12 words back into Sparrow Wallet, as well as that passphrase, okay? So for example, if you want to close out this wallet and open it up again, you open it up and you will need to put in the password. And the passphrase, super secure passphrase. Okay, and that is how you would get back into your wallet. You will need both every single time. So just make sure you understand the difference between password and passphrase. It's really important. I am going to bring in another wallet that I've already done some mixing with. Now, the mixing occurs in the UTXO section. So this is where you would, if you have UTXOs, you can mix selected. You can select them and then mix them with Whirlpool. So what I wanted to do is show you a wallet that I have prepared for demonstration purposes. So you can see a little bit about how the mixing and Whirlpool works. So I'm going to open up a wallet that I've already prepared. And I'm going to put in my password to unlock it. And what I'm also going to show you is the wrong passphrase. So you can see here, if I put in a wrong passphrase, I'm just going to be met with a blank wallet. So I'm going to close that out and I'm going to open it up again and I'm going to put in the right passphrase. So this is the password. So that's decrypting it. And I'm going to put in the right passphrase. And that has shown me the correct wallet that I need. Okay, I'm just going to show you what exactly has happened. This wallet is completely zeroed out. There's no actual money in it anymore, but there was. And I'm going to take you through how this whole process sort of worked. So you can see here on the 29th of September, 2021, I put in an initial amount of 597,799 sats into this wallet. So this is an initial entry into the wallet. And then what I did was I went through the wizard to Whirlpool mix this. And the way that you get there is if you go to the UTXO section, there is a mix selected. So I clicked the entire the UTXO that was labeled here, and I said mix selected, and it took me through the wizard that was described in the documentation page of Sparrow Wallet. So if you go mixing with Whirlpool, basically following these steps, this is exactly what I did. Okay. So going back to my wallet now, if you go to the transactions, this is the Whirlpool mix. So I selected the entire UTXO and I put it through the Whirlpool mix. Now, that then broke it down into the premix tab. So this is the entry into Whirlpool. So this is where it kind of entered in. So there's the 500,000 sats there. Now you'll notice that this particular one is quite less than the amount that I put in. So what happened to the rest of it? Well, it's taken up by Whirlpool fees, transaction fees, so fees that you need to pay for to do a Bitcoin transaction, and the change goes into the bad bank here. So I will talk a little bit more about that. But basically, what's happened here is that this 500,000 sats has then been broken down to 100,000 sats. So that is then ready for a collaborative coin join. And so Well, after this has sort of done its first mix, these sats go into what's known as post mix. If you look up the top here, what's happened here is in the post mix tab, you will see that these 100,000 sats are now freshly coin joined sats. So from here, you can continuously remix. And that's what these zero values are here. So you are collaboratively coin joining all the time. And you need to leave your wallet on and online whilst this happens if you want to participate in continuously coin joining. Now you can lock the wallet so that nobody has access to it anymore. So you can go Control L will lock that, and you then need the password to go back into it. Okay. There's also, I believe, a tools lock wallet, lock all wallets function as well. Okay. Now, once you've continuously coin joined and you've received enough, plenty of mixes, what you can do is you can make a payment or you can send it to cold storage. And I'll show you in the UTXO section, if you open up a cold, like a hardware wallet, you can then hit the mix to, and you can select where you want that to go. So in this particular case, I've got the hot wallet open, so I can mix it to there and put that through like that. Or if I had a cold storage, I could mix it to cold storage as well. So that functionality, you can sort of start to mix it to a particular another wallet that you own. So that's really handy, and it's a great feature there that you can use. Now, if I go back to the transactions here, the other thing that I want to also make note of is don't combine like this. This is considered really bad practice. So that's why I've written here, do not combine like this. Don't do that. When you want to pay someone, you either pay UTXO by UTXO, or you select the right UTXO for the job. So this is why Whirlpool has multiple pools. You've got the 100,000 sats, you've got the 1 million sats, you've got the 5 million sats, and then I think you've got the 50 million sats as well. So you select the right UTXO for the job when you want to pay someone. So don't combine it like this, like I have, where you've taken those 400,000 sats and combined them into one address. Don't do that. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to make mention is this bad bank here. Okay, this is what we colloquially call doxic change. Now, you can see that 90,000, that's kind of the change output that came from the mix. So what I've done is then you could donate that. You can save all of your doxic change up and then run it through the Whirlpool mix again. Now, to actually see how this transaction is constructed, like for example, this premix or how that sort of worked, you can click this button here and you can see the transaction ID that happened. And you can also see, okay, here's the Whirlpool fee that I paid. And so if you click on this, you'll get a little bit more detail of how that was broken down. So the Whirlpool per fee was 5,000 sats, the bad bank, 90,000. And then you've got those mixes that occurred, as well as the fee that I paid to have this transaction or to do this Bitcoin transaction. So that's the mining fee. So this is how this whole, Whirlpool happened. And then what happened was it went into post mix and it did a lot of remixing, a fair bit, and then I made a payment and then I combined it into one, which is really bad practice. And the bad bank I have not used. You can either donate it or save up all of them and put them through the mix again. So that's kind of the end-to-end process of what you should see. Now, you won't see these labels. These labels are there just inputted by me. I've put those in, so you can edit them how you so wish. So yeah, that's kind of how you would manage your hot wallet. You can put some sats in, mix them to cold storage, or use it as a little payment wallet. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to set up an air-gapped hardware wallet. So I'm just going to go File, New Wallet, and I'm just going to call this hardware wallet, create new wallet. And I'm just going to go to the air-gapped hardware wallet section. And here, I'm going to use a cold card, but the instructions for other hardware manufacturers are also available. So I'm just going to click on the details for the cold card. And it says here, import file created by using the advanced microSD export wallet generic JSON 0 feature on your cold card. And your cold card also needs that firmware or later. So once you've done that on your cold card and it has written a cold card export file onto your micro SD card, you can import that JSON file in. So we'll go import file and we'll go over to our micro SD card, and there it is there, the cold card export.json. So we'll double click that. And here you can see some of the details around the public key or the master public keys, okay? And the derivation path and the fingerprint as well, okay? Now I'll hit apply here, and we should set a password to this wallet, which I will do. And we'll set the password, okay? And now we have our hardware wallet. So you can see here, this has no money in it, and you can go to the receive section to now ask others to pay you. And what you would give them is this address here. You would copy it and then paste it to someone. So that could be an exchange, it could be a friend, it could be anyone who wants to pay you. You would generate them and give them this address. Once you've used one address, don't use it again, and you can get the next address. It will show you if it's been used, so last used never. If this address does get used, it will show up as red here. And you can get next addresses, so on and so forth, and you can see the derivation path slowly moving up like that, okay? You can go and see all of the addresses through here, and you can also see your change addresses here, okay? And this is obviously where your UTXOs will be. If you wanted to close this wallet out, you can close it and then open it back up again. Click on the hardware wallet that you have or that we've just set up and type in the password. That should then decrypt your wallet and open you up, and you'll see that wallet again. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this to somebody to then pay me, and then I'll show you how to spend out of your hardware wallet as well. And I'll just show you the workflow of that. So I'm going to receive into this address here. I'm going to copy it and give it to someone. And you'll see here that I've received 116,000 sats. So if you go into the transactions here, it'll show that as unconfirmed. And the amount that's in the mempool, okay? And you'll also see that that address has been used, so you can see that the value's there. And you might want to label it as well in your transactions. So you might say received from exchange or wherever you received this coin from. So you label it as you see fit. And then you've also got the addresses here, and that will automatically update the label there. And you've also got UTXOs as well. So that's your unconfirmed UTXO, which will just wait for it to confirm. Now, if we wanted to spend out of our hardware wallet and do that in an air-gapped manner, what we would do is we would open up a browser. And then we will go to ministryofnodes.com.au/support. We can make a donation. So this is just a demonstration of how the workflow would work. So I'm going to put in a $30 as a payment to Ministry of Nodes. And here it will give you a QR code that you can potentially scan, or you can just open it in Wallet. It'll show you the amount that's there. You can also copy it. So if you want to copy the address and the amounts, you can do so as well. So what I'll do is just go into the scan tab. And the other thing is, if you wanted to pay by Lightning, that's also available. If you just click here, you can go either through Lightning and get the Lightning invoice for it, and you can copy the information from there as well. But in this particular demonstration, I'm just going to do Bitcoin. So what I'll do is I'll just go open in Wallet. And I'll go choose application, and we'll go Sparrow. and it has filled out all of the details. So that's really good. If you have your hardware wallet open, it will automatically fill out all of these details. So we might say payment to Ministry of Nodes as our label. The amount was for $30, which is there. If we wanted to max that out, we can also do that as well. So if, for example, I don't want 94 182 sats to be sent, then you can max it out and give the entire UTXO. You can sweep the entire wallet out as well. But I'm just going to go with the 94 182. And so here you will see a summary. So we've got received from exchange, which is then going to payment to Ministry of Nodes. And we're going to get some change back, and there's going to be a fee for that. So this change address is basically one of these addresses here. That is your change, and that is where it will go. So your wallet will handle the change addresses for you. So we'll go back to send, and so you can see here that that's an address that I own as change back from that 117 or 116,000 sats. Okay. So from here, what we'll do is we'll just create transaction. We will review it to make sure that we are going to the right place. So if you want, you can double check it against the BTC Pay server instance. You should always check it against where you originally received the address from. So if you go here, you should be able to sort of marry that up with what's the payment amount there. So that there equals what's in the BTC Pay server, which is correct. So then from here, what we'll do is we will finalize transaction for signing. So we'll go finalize. And then what we'll do is, because this is air gapped, we can't actually sign it. So what we need to do is, and have a look, it's already confirmed. We've got one confirmation, so you'll see that here as confirmed. So nothing in the mempool. We've got one transaction and it got confirmed. And you'll see that if you hover over it, you'll see one confirmation. So that's what we've received. Okay. Now, going to the send, just going to the payment tab there, we can then save this transaction. And what we'll do is we'll put it into our micro SD card, and it'll be called payment to Ministry of Nodes.psbt. You can call it whatever you want. And you can just save that. Okay. So that's now on my micro SD card. So I'm going to pull out my micro SD card and I'm going to plug that into my cold card so that it can sign. So let's get going on that. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the ready to sign on my cold card, and it will say okay to send, so 94,182 sats to the particular address. And I'm just going to confirm that what's in my hardware wallet matches with what is in the BTC Pay server, which is where I originally received the instruction and the address from. So I'm just going to have a look there. Yes, that looks correct. And then I'm going to see that the change is coming back to me. And I'm going to go press OK to approve and sign the transaction. So I'm going to press OK. It's signing, and it has created a PSBT file called payment to Ministry of Nodes-signed.psbt on the micro SD card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my micro SD card and I'm going to put that back into my computer. Okay. So I've just inserted the micro SD card back into my computer. I'm going to hit load transaction. And if you look into my micro SD card, what we're going to do is we've got a final and we've got a signed. We're going to pick the signed.psbt file that was generated by my cold card and placed into the micro SD card. So I'm going to open this up, and you can see here that this is the final transaction to be made. So you can view it. And if you want to have a look, you can see a little bit more detail of what's going on there, as well as a breakdown of what's happened there. So that's what we're going to do. And once I'm ready, we can hit broadcast transaction. So that's it. And hopefully you'll see the BTC Pay server will also say this invoice has been paid. So Fantastic. Cool. So that's the workflow of how you would create a transaction on your cold card, sign it, and then pay it using Sparrow Wallet. Okay, and so now in your hardware wallet, you can sort of get rid of that. You can see what's happened here. So I've received some money from an exchange or from wherever, and then I've made a payment to Ministry of Nodes, and now I've got $7 or 22,000 sats remaining, and this is in the mempool waiting to be confirmed. Okay, so that's kind of how the workflow would work on a hardware wallet, an air-gapped hardware wallet. You can then see the addresses. So you've got the amount received and then the change amount. So the value is now 0 for that's in this address. It's now been transferred over to a change address, which is the breakdown of or the change that we received back from the transaction when we paid someone. Okay. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to support the work that I'm doing, head on over to ministryofnodes.com and click on the support button. I accept Bitcoin, Lightning, PayPal, and credit card. If you want one-on-one consulting, head on over to the consulting page and book into my calendar widget. I can help you with holding your own keys, running your own node, and privacy best practices. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.